Hello guys, I'm here again, but this time it's not for my trading specifically, but I'm going to be talking about something entirely different. This is going to be the first topic of many coming out as part of my series of how-tos, and the first one will be on this video how to create a sustainable trading system. How to create a sustainable trading system. Now, why is this important? It is important because at the end of the day, in the trading journey that you are facing, you ultimately want to get to a point where you're able to make money consistently and sustainably, that this is going to last beyond 1 month or 1 quarter or even 1 year, that this is going to go for many, many years, decades maybe even. And so in order for you to be able to do that, the biggest thing you have to focus on is creating a strategy that is sustainable, which is why this was my very first video outside of my trading videos, because this by far is the most important of all of them. Okay? There's nothing that is going to be more important than this. If you get this down pat, everything else will fall into place eventually for you. Let's get into it a little bit here. I'm going to basically make it as simple as possible just so that you can remember it from a remembrance perspective. And so I'm going to break this down essentially into 3 different categories. Okay? This has nothing to do with indicators. This has nothing to do with volume profiles or price action or any of that. This is a general understanding of, regardless of what you use or what style or edge you have, if you have this particular way of thinking about all of your trading, you will eventually get to be a sustainable trader. And again, like I said, it won't take long. So number 1, you want to build a system that makes the money. This is what we will call the trading style. Then you want to build a system that keeps the money. This is what we will call risk management. And then finally, you want to build a system that sustains the money. And this is what we will call your psychology and emotional management. Now, these 3 things are the things that must come together in order to form a sustainable trading system. Okay? So, first one, the trading style. Finding a system that makes the money. This is one very key one. It's the easiest of the 3, but it's very critical and very key. And most people, most traders I see, what they do is that they go around, look at other people trading, and they either try to copy their trading or they try to learn what they learned, and it can be very, very difficult. Part of the reason for that is because in my trading journey, I've come to realize that every trading style has to fit with the personality of the trader. And what do I mean by that? There is a way by which you were created that makes you unique. The way you think, the way you perceive things, the way you take in the world, the way you take in data, the way you take in information, it's going to vary from person to person. So when you are looking for a trading style, you have to act like a market scientist, meaning you have to discover and observe the way you feel about different trading styles. That's something that you're going to have to go on a journey on. And what you're going to find is that you have to look for a style, or you will find a style that will work well with the way you think. So the way you instinctively and intuitively think, that strategy will begin to fit, it will begin to make sense, and the way you will know is that you'll begin to get very comfortable with it very quickly, and it will start to become natural and second nature as you use it, and the confidence is going to grow pretty quickly. So people are going about it all wrong. You don't go around looking for the next best strategy or style or whatever. You go look for something that seems to have a good fit with the way you think. Once you find that out, it's going to get easier from there. But that's not the end, that's just the beginning. But that is how you go about looking for a trading style. And remember, this is not something you're going to get quickly and overnight, okay? The quickest set of people that have been successful with trading and creating a sustainable system, it took them 6 to 12 months. The average person is going to take them 2 to 5 years. Okay, so this is a long-term plan, so you have to stick it out. But this is the beginning. You must look for a style that works well intuitively with the way that you think. Okay? And there's all kinds of things out there. There's all kinds of styles out there. There's all kinds of charts out there. So you just have to go about it and look for what you need to. I suggest TradingView. TradingView is a great platform where you have so many different things, whether it be charts or whether it be different time frames or whether it be different indicators. There's so many community-based indicators that are so great, and they have so many different types and ways of looking at pricing on any commodity. So I would suggest, again, become a market scientist, go in and figure this out, whether it be indicators, whether it be price action, volume profile, whether it be a different chart. You know, there's a plethora of different charts out here now. You know, you have like the book maps, you have Renko, you have Heikin-Ashi, you have range charts, you have ladder, you have footprint. There's just so many out there, right? You don't have to stick to candlesticks. And quite frankly, just a little bit of insight here, candlesticks is being used by so many people. So part of the way you're going to develop an edge that will give you a bit of an advantage is to look for something that isn't candlesticks. Because I've actually found that the people who have had the most sustaining success either don't use candlesticks at all, or candlestick is just one of the things they use, one of the charts they use. They tend to use candlesticks with range, or candlesticks with footprint, or candlesticks with Renko or Heikin-Ashi or something like that. They don't just use candlesticks alone, okay? Because candlesticks are too noisy, and everybody uses it. So you want to use something that will give you a different edge, and you might find that it works better with the way you think, okay? So that's number one. Number two, you want to look at a system that keeps the money, and this is risk management, right? So with the risk management portion, this is something that is one of the most difficult parts, and it's actually the part that affects the psychology and the emotion of all of your trades, okay? So the biggest thing when it comes to risk management is that you actually have to find what is going to help you stick to your risk management. You have to find a combination of system that will help you stick with your risk management. Moving your stop losses is not going to help you build a sustainable system. You have to get, again, a system that will help you stick with your risks, stick with your stop losses. In every single trade, you must have stop losses. You must. If you don't have a stop loss, you're gambling, and I promise you, you will not be sustainable. You will not create a sustainable system. So how do you go about then building a risk management that helps you get a sustainable system? There are several things that you have to consider. One of the big things you have to consider is something called the risk to reward ratio coupled with your win rate. Risk management ultimately comes down to being a numbers game. It is strictly a numbers game. It's nothing more than that. Okay? So you look at what your ratio is, your risk reward ratio is, and you look at what your win rate is. So for example, if your win rate is between 50 and 60%, you want to have a risk to reward ratio that is at least 1-to-1 all the way up to 1-to-2. If you have a trading style that only has a win rate of about 40%, You want to go for a risk to reward that gives you a 1 to 3. It's a numbers game. Why? Because when you look at the numbers in totality, for you to be sustainable, you will have to be able to overcome whatever your win rate is. So if your win rate is 40%, you have to be able to make triple the amount that you're losing so that it offsets the 40% win rate. Okay? It's all a numbers game. And I think this is probably the more important part of risk management, is that you need to learn how to size down. You must size down. That might mean that it's going to take you a lot longer to get to profits, but you have to size down. If you do not size down, you will not be sustainable. Why? Because you're going to have days where things are not working out. You're going to go through streaks, losing streaks. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. You can't escape that. That's part of trading. The sooner you understand this, the sooner you will be able to incorporate an effective risk management strategy. So again, what are the two things that you need? Number one, you need to do the math between the risk reward ratio and your win rate. And whenever you face losses, you have to be able to have enough self-control to size down. And speaking of self-control, that brings me to the third and final category of building a sustainable trading system. The psychological and emotional management is a very big deal. It tends to go more so hand in hand with your risk management than it does with the trading style. Because once you have a stable risk management, it'll be easier for you to stick to your trading style. If you don't have a stable risk management, it will affect your trading style, and it'll basically just create a rabbit hole down into your psychological and emotional management. Okay? So, what are the key things that you need to be able to sustain yourself emotionally and psychologically? It comes down to really one thing and one thing only. You have to trust your strategy, both how you make the money with the trading style and how you keep the money with the risk management. You have to trust your strategy, win or lose, and you will be tested. You're going to go through times where you're going to go through 2, 3, 4, 5 losses maybe in a row. Can you stick to your strategy? That becomes the thing. The more consistently you stick to your strategy, while you size down, while you make sure that your risk reward ratio with your win rate is compatible, and you find something that works for you, you will be sustainable. Because what will happen is that on your bad days, you'll be able to keep your account, and on your good days, you'll be able to grow your account. It's about keeping your account and growing your account. So with those three categories, if you stick to those things, you will have a sustainable strategy. Okay?
Now that you have a better idea of what it takes to become a sustainable trader, you have to practice. You have to learn, you have to hone your skill, and there is no better way to do it right now than to join one of the prop firms like Apex or Takeprofit. All of the link is in the description below. There are some promotions going on right now where you can get massive discounts. It's a great way to not use your own capital and still make good real money and potentially make it into a career. So why don't you check the links below, look at all of the different options for you, and get to becoming a sustainable, profitable trader.
If you loved what I just said, if you loved some of the trading wisdom that I gave you, please hit and smash that subscribe button. Put your bell notifications on so you can know when other how-to videos come out. And I will talk to you later. Happy trading. Take care. Bye.